The Fiesta conversation.
I think it's one of the landmark events in my life. It took me about 2 years to tell my wife. When I was removed from Jericho Hour, it was such a tough situation. At a point, I wanted to commit suicide. Yes, because of the things I was going through. A lot of challenges and struggle. And I was counting the cost. So the pressure was big and challenges had come. Yes, Papa owns the work. He has come. It is right. It's entitlement. He was making changes. It is right as the Archbishop, and the work is his. But I was also going through a lot of struggle. And I was becoming suicidal. The enemy was giving me pressure. And God said, if you leave, you will destroy my work. I was torn between my pain, my situation. About 3 months, I was not even eating well. My pressure, doctors were checking. I didn't know what to do. Then one day I had a call from Pastor Eastwood. This is about 20 years ago. He said, James, I want to see you. I said, okay. Where? He said, I'm in Boga. I said, oh, so I should fly? He said, no, I'm on the plane tomorrow. These are major things. It will save your life. So tomorrow morning I'm on the flight to Accra. I'll see you at Fiesta Royal. I didn't tell my wife in it. The next morning I dressed. When I went there, Pastor Eastwood was sitting in the chair. There were about 8 other pastors and bishops, and there was a chair for me. I didn't know what it was, but I remember 2 people because the confusion on me and the crying. Yes. For me to still have tears in my eyes, 20, shows how tough the situation is. The chair was there. I remember 2 people, Bishop Taki Aboy and Nana Sarkodie. They were the 2 people I remember. I cried so much I can't remember anybody. He said, James, sit down. So I sat down. They were sitting, and Pastor Eastwood, he didn't let me speak. He said, James, God spoke to me that I should come to Accra and talk to you. He said, don't break away. Don't leave the church. Because the damage you will cause, you will regret it. And he used a word I think I hadn't heard. He said, bite the bullet. Go through it. God said I should tell you, he will take care of you. I collapsed because that's not what I wanted to hear. Then I felt Pastor Isu's voice. They prayed over me. I was crying. Then said, James, go. God will take care of you. I went home. I was in the room for 3 days. I couldn't talk to my wife. I couldn't tell her. She doesn't know what it was. 3 days. Ministry is not easy. Loyalty and obedience comes at a cost. Sometimes you can't do it the way you want to. To follow leadership and be obedient, it will cost you something. God bless you.
Many people don't understand our relationship. And for years, I'll be there and he will send me an offering. And I'm like, big brother, I'm supposed to give to you, not you to me. He said, you saved my life and my ministry. I remember there was a time my own friend, Dr. Mensotabo, something was happening. And I called him. My wife had the conversation. I said, Doc, can you stop responding to this thing? Let me be your brain for now. I will do the thinking. And when I tell you, do that. He said, okay. And that is Dr. Mensotabo, one of the wisest men I've ever met. But there are times in this life you need a borrowed brain to survive. Because your own brain is not working. Your own brain is not working. you are too confused to think straight, though you don't want to admit it. This man of God, by the grace of God, I think Bishop James is not just a preacher, he's a statement. It's a statement. Because, this man's works, his name, everything he has done, is equivalent to any general overseer, founder, apostle, whatever. We salute you. We love you for your example. Because I tell you, around that period, if this man had done what some of the temptations, that was the end of loyalty. That was the end of faithfulness. But you have distinguished yourself, and the Lord mightily bless you. The thing ended. How did you handle that? Because you are still sitting in the church. How did you go about that? Are you learning something?
I went to his office the next day. I said, Papa, have I done anything wrong? He said, no. He said, is it the decision? I said, yes. Then he asked me, I didn't suspect that question coming. He asked me, do you have any problem with the decision? I also said, no. Your leader said God has told him. He has the right to change you. He has the right to reposition you. Leaders don't take decisions that are palatable. Leaders are not there to do what you want. I have one rule. Once you say God said, I obey. And I put the pressure on God. I don't want to wake up tomorrow and find out God said and I disobeyed. No. So and every time I've done that, it has worked.